In this video, I'm going to tell you how you can stop following the rules of other people. It's very simple, and I'm just going to say it flat out. You're simply going to have to make rules for yourself. This maybe doesn't sound too cool or attractive, but the fact is that if you don't make rules for yourself, you will end up following other people's rules. That's simply how human beings are hardwired. Now, let me give you a couple of examples. One of the rules I follow right now is every morning I get up and I set my alarm with 1 hour apart, 4 alarms, and when the alarm goes off, I do 25 push-ups. Why do I do that? Well, I promised myself that throughout 2018, I'll be doing 100 push-ups each and every day. And I know myself well enough to know that in the beginning of the year, I failed to do 100 push-ups. And it wasn't that I wasn't motivated, it wasn't that, I couldn't find the time to do it. I simply needed a structure, and then I made this rule. I actually tried out a couple different varieties of this rule, so I started out with 20 push-ups at a time, 33, and it turns out at the moment what works best for me is, just split it up with 25. That's just one little very tangible rule. Now there's a couple of very, very crucial things to know and to think about before you start implementing these rules in your life. Number one, of course, is what type of rules should you be incorporating in your life? I would say this. It's probably pretty obvious to you that most of the things you do throughout any day in your life has to do with other people. If you have a job, and most people do have a job, you probably spend around 8 or 9 hours every single day doing something because other people expect you to do so. And that's the thing. We tend to, because we're social human beings, right? Evolution has shaped us to be social individuals. We work better as a group. Per definition, we cannot procreate unless we're social to some extent. But that really also sometimes hinders that we are able to do stuff for ourselves. And this is the first rule for making rules, is the rule you're implementing, the first rule you're implementing has to be related to something that you do for yourself and no one else. And since you're watching New Money, I'm assuming this rule will probably also relate to your career somehow, or the business you're building, or the creative career you're pursuing, whatever it may be. But please hear me out here. So it's really, really crucial that you only start with one single rule. I cannot stress to you how important that is. I've seen over and over and over again people that came to me and told me, hey Asger, so I just decided I'm gonna quit smoking, I'm gonna quit drinking, I'm gonna run 5 miles every day, and I'm gonna do this and that and that. And I always ask people who say stuff like that, how about just starting with one of these rules and see how you handle that, and once you've gotten used to it, implement the next one. And people almost always say the same thing. No, I have to do this. I have to do this for myself. When they fail, and they do fail because they're human beings, so am I. That's how I know, because I used to do the same thing and I would fail, and it kills motivation. It kills your not only motivation to follow through these things, but it also kills motivation to implement any of these rules. Again, basically people just more often than not just give up. So how long do you need to follow these rules for them to work? Well, there's a lot of science that suggest that 3 weeks is the amount of time that your body needs in order to get used to a new state of things, whatever that new state of things may be. But that doesn't mean that you don't have to adhere to the rules that you create for yourself after 3 weeks. You have to keep on. But that being said, if for some reason I can't do my push-ups one day, or I just, as I go to bed, I realize, oh my God, I forgot to do my push-ups today, or wake up the next day, I forgot, realize I didn't do them yesterday for whatever reason it may be, I simply just, pick up where I left. I do not quit for that reason. But that being said, once you've created a rule, once you've followed that one rule, for a week or just a couple days, and if you realize this rule is not working in its current form. I should change it just a little bit. Do it. Just change the rule. Don't be afraid to change the rule. It doesn't mean that you're not sticking to the rule. It just means that you're a wise person that's not afraid to adapt and adjust to reality, basically. Something else I want to say is that even though you should only implement one rule at a time, you should really consider carefully what kind of rules you're implementing. My friend, who is really, he loves rules. He keeps implementing all these rules in an effort to get more self-discipline and just to get stuff done. And he's really good at it. But he recently sent me a draft for like a new set of rules for his living, and he has like these 10 or 15 different rules that he has to follow every single day in a set order. But when it came to him working, he started out by working for other people. And I told him flat out, you know what? I know you. I know you're working on your own company. You're building your own business. That should be your first priority. Because the stuff you have, the obligations you have towards other people, you're going to do that regardless. You're going to do that no matter what happens. But the real challenge is to do something that you do for you. And that's going to be the first thing you do. So please consider carefully when you implement your first rule that it's something that benefits you primarily or exclusively, and that it's also an important thing. And do not implement two rules right away. Start with the first one. Once you're in the habit of doing it, you can build on top of that, implement another rule. Finally, I just want to say, in an effort to build this channel, I've decided that I'm gonna offer the audience to this channel a chance to jump on a Skype call with me, 30 minutes. I'm going to do it once a month, and I'm going to start right now with August. If you share this video or any of my other videos with 2 people that you know, and of course if you're able to prove that you did so, please write a comment below and just let me know that you shared it, and I'm going to do a completely random draw. We can discuss whatever you want to. I'll help you, I'll give you my 2 cents on how you should build your business, stuff you can do to improve your life. You can even ask me about crypto that I talk about on my other channel. It doesn't matter. You can ask me whatever you want. You can ask me personal questions. But please consider sharing this video with a friend or whatever. You can share it in a text message, on email, on social media. I don't care. Any way you prefer to. Thanks for watching New Money.